Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Same if this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all, and I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you for always coming back to watch my videos and subscribing. You all are the very best. So today we'll be talking about a white man who went around telling people to teach correct history. That so he was trying to tell Black Americans, like he was trying to tell people that woke is not correct history, and he forgot that Black history is American history. I mean, it's kind of funny. People were not finding it funny. A lot of people were tagging and trying to tell him that he needs to go back to school because for him to say that work history is not correct history, it means that his teacher failed him in school. With that being said, stay glued to the screen. Let's get into the video. Let me roll the clip. Oh yeah, let me roll the clip.
Are you a historian? I mean, there are actually people who made it their life's work to study and chronicle history. You know why Black people are just barely learning their history? So the gatekeepers of Black history, these white, savage, racist, are finally dying off, and Black people feel compelled to tell the stories of their ancestors. Hell, I have found 19 on a slave ship. My last ancestor that was enslaved, 5 generations back. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not correct history. Just because it makes you uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not correct history. When you say woke, you're equating woke history to Black history, to the history of African Americans in this country, to America's original sin, owning another person and beating the literal shit out of them, sometimes to death, raping their women to expand your property. Just because you don't like it, just because it doesn't make you comfortable, doesn't mean that it's not correct. Remember, facts don't give a fuck about your feelings. You think that we glorify and celebrate the fact that our ancestors were beat, raped, sold as property, considered property? Or how about the fact that white slave owners received reparations for losing their property? That's the correct history, sir. Maybe you need to get out of your feelings and understand this country was never great for African Americans. Not a one. And every time that African Americans got on the trip to making America great, you whiteys came along and destroyed it. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Prime example of how Black communities were prospering, growing, and how cauliflower folks like yourself looked at it, envious of it, and destroyed it, and ended up killing almost 300 people because of it. Let me give you a little advice. When you want to speak on Black history, make sure that you come correct. Every day we are learning our history, and every day we have a right to take revenge, but we don't, because all we want is to be left the fuck alone so that we can grow and we can prosper and create our own communities and safe spaces for us, because we are not safe with a white single person in this country, and we just want to be left alone.
So when you say true, do you mean factual? And are you trying to suggest that this country wasn't started on violence by white people? Define true. You guys are so hard up about what a fucking woman is, but you seem to think that truth and fact are, if it makes me uncomfortable, then it's not true. No. Try again.
When has it ever been a good thing to be ignorant? The opposite of ignorant is educated or knowledgeable, or as we say in the Black community, to be woke. Woke is an adjective derived from African American vernacular English, meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. The phrase stay woke emerged in African American vernacular English in the 1930s, in some contexts referring to an awareness of the social and political issues affecting African Americans. Around 2010, it came to encompass a broader awareness of social inequalities, such as sexism, and has also been used in context with social justice, the ideology of white privilege, and reparations for descendants of Black enslaved people. Following the shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014, the phrase was popularized by social justice activists seeking to raise awareness about the disproportionate police shootings of African Americans. The term woke went mainstream and became an internet meme. It spread internationally and was added to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2017. Today, white nationalists are attaching anything to it that they perceive as a threat to their concept of life, liberty, and freedom. That would include Black wealth, equality, and empowerment, equal rights under the law for gay, transgender, and queer individuals. In other words, if you fall into these categories, white nationalists perceive you as a threat. Governor Ron DeSantis has even signed a piece of legislation called the Anti-Woke Bill, which targets my community, my people, the teaching of Black history, while other white nationalist leaders in government and educational institutions are trying to ban diversity and inclusion statements from our society. We are living in a time where it is socially accepted to be ignorant and sleep about the world around us as if we are just going to go away. And that is unacceptable. Stay woke. The more you know. I'm Alan Ellison. Welcome to Black History Month.
It is illegal to teach American history here in the state of Florida. Our governor has decreed it. It violates his Stop Woke Act. Apparently he doesn't want his kids growing up to learn that their dad runs what used to be a slave state. And so, no teaching of advanced placement history that might include subjects about slavery. That's apparently too much, even for high school students to learn about. This, as the state pushes a new law proposed in the legislature that would take more money out of public education and give it to religious schools through voucher programs for everyone. Voucher programs that really hurt public education at a time when we're already more than 6,000 public school teachers short because we don't pay public school teachers in this state enough for them to not have to have a second job just to live on. This is an all-out assault on education. Why? Well, you remember what President Trump said, I really love stupid people. They're not kidding. They're trying to hurt the kids of Florida. The Republicans don't want them to grow up and learn what this is all about, to learn about government, to learn about our history, because they might say, hey, that's not good enough. We need change. Well, we do need change. We need to get rid of DeSantis and his cronies.
Social studies teacher here. In all my curriculum, I've never seen that term. I must be missing out. What is this woke history I'm supposed to be teaching? Let me know.
The fact that, everybody actually came out to even educate the person and let even the person know that he is not even on the right track is just something that I find very interesting. Like, everybody really want to contribute to it. And then, let's continue.
I used to try my utmost to be as woke as possible.
Sister, can you be for real? What do you mean you used to be woke? Wokeness is a term derived from the African American vernacular English, meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. This term is also used to characterize someone who is hip and open-minded. So are you saying that you are no longer hip and open-minded? Or you are no longer alert to racial prejudice and discrimination? Is that what you mean? Every day I'm learning here in Europe that there is something really funny up here with these people. So So if you're saying you used to be woke, that means that you used to advocate for people or issues that you had no idea about. To me, it sounds like you just hopped on the bandwagon of wokeness, hoping that it will bring you some attention and that it will make you look cool and that it will make you look good. A lot of these women would do anything for attention, guys. It's like every fiber of their being literally craves attention, any kind of attention. These women like to feel seen. They like people to notice them. When they walk into a room, everybody has to worship them. And if not, and people are not giving them the attention that they think they deserve, then they will turn literally on everybody in that room. It's really the dumbest thing I've heard all week, that I used to be woke. These people pretend to help us and they pretend to advocate for our rights, but they are not our friends. They are mostly doing it to make themselves look like saviors. Basically, this lady is saying it's stupid for a black person to get upset when they see a non-black person wearing braids. As an African, I don't get upset. I love cultural exchange. But let people choose what they want to share and what they do not want to share about their culture with you. You people travel the world and you forced your cultures on other people. You basically erased their culture, stripped them of their identities. And now you want us to share our cultures with you? Hey, if you want to wear the braids, wear the braids. We know you're going to force your way anyway. Now, I can't speak for everyone in the diaspora, but a lot of African countries are fresh out of colonialism and fresh out of apartheid. So if these black people say, hey, look, we are still healing from the things that you told us just 30 years ago, 10 years ago, we don't feel comfortable with you wearing the same hairstyle that you told us 30 years ago. It was ghetto, it was wretched, and it was unprofessional. They feel like that, then you listen to them. Because if I go to Europe, no, Europe doesn't really have like a culture like that. But if I go to a country like in Asia that has, culture, and I wear a traditional dress and an Asian person approaches me and says, listen, I don't like the way that you wear this dress because we have a history with your kind and this dress. You best believe it, I will immediately take that dress off. It's their culture. They can decide. I'm not going to force my way into someone else's culture.
The fact that sister actually came with she came with a gun and a knife to cut, and that was actually very educative. And then let's get into the last one. So here we go.
In this context, woke history is correct history. Not this whitewashed version of bullshit that we've been taught most of our lives. So, you need to sit down and shut up. Have a nice day, pumpkin.
Okay. They actually were, every one of them came with a gun and a knife and a cutlass, Actually, it was fun actually reacting to this. And let me know what you all think in the comment section. I am happy everybody came all out to educate the young man. Yeah. So thank you all for the support and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.